Street Boyz is a third-person action-adventure beat-em-up that was released for the PlayStation 2 in 2004, and the game would be developed by Tamsoft Corporation and published by D3 Publisher. And this game would follow the role of a gang leader who has been jailed alongside many other leaders of various gangs situated within a city, where one particular gang member tries to get them all locked up so that he can take over the city. But the main character that you play as in the game manages to break out of jail, so he goes on the hunt to try and get his own back or get revenge on this other gang leader. So it leads to the events of the game, where you do have other protagonists alongside of you that are helping you out. So the goal of the game is to complete levels by fighting and beating up other opponents and characters, while acquiring weapons and using anything at your disposal to complete the missions. So you'll also have to explore the environments as well. Well, you have to, in order to get out of certain areas, you'll have to unlock doors by clicking on switches. You'll have to pick up health items and other particular elements that will help you to move from point A to point B and so forth. And at the end of each level, players can also have access to move around to different environments via shops or speak with other characters so that they can acquire new abilities, upgrade their current attributes, and also to gain weapons again to help them to progress even further. So the gameplay style puts you in mind of old classic beat 'em ups such as the likes of Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, among many of those other iconic games, but it focuses more so on more modern style elements with using 3D style graphics that put you in mind of other games that were also released on the PS2, with the likes of Beatdown, Fists of Vengeance, Final Fight Streetwise, The Bouncer, among many other types of 3D styled brawlers that were also released on the system as well. Now this one here would be more of a kind of like a lower entry kind of example of them, but it still has some unique attributes. It still has some very quirky and unusual style graphics and animations, almost like a cartoony style aesthetic to it, and at times it does feel a little bit over the top, but as with most of these beat 'em up games, that's usually the case. Now it is what it is. If you do like beat 'em up games and you're looking for an alternative to the games I just mentioned, you can try this one out and see what you think for yourself. And this game was also released as Volume 21 under the Simple 2000 budget series in Japan as well. But even regardless of the games themselves, there is little information that can be found of these games online, but there's really not much to it. It has a simplistic story based around the ideas that's presented in it, and the idea is literally just to go through each level and beat everybody up within the area and then keep moving until you get to the end level and take out the last boss. So it's pretty much typical and straightforward of your more mainstream brawlers that you would have played not just on the PS2 but even the PS1 and even earlier consoles. It's not hard to get into. It can be a little bit fiddly to understand the controls and to figure out what to do. Plus in certain areas, especially even in the first level, trying to unlock certain doors and trying to figure out where to go by following the map, it can be confusing because sometimes you will get stuck and you'll try to get out of the level, but trying to figure out where to go because it always takes you back to the same area that you were in. So sometimes trying to figure out the next area to get to can be quite tricky to understand. So it will take a bit of time to figure out certain elements within the game so that you can progress, and you might be at it a while in order to get to that point. So just be warned. But it is what it is. It's another beat 'em up style title. While not the best one on the system, it does have some unique and quirky elements, and it is a good alternative to other games as I mentioned. So if you are looking for that, you can try this out and see what you think for yourself. And I would love to know your thoughts on Street Boyz for the PS2, if you have played it yourself, or did you even know anything about this game at all, and if so, what did you think of it overall? So be sure to share it down in the comments below, and if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated with future videos. And we would like to see more content on the channel around other types of beat 'em ups that were also released on the PS2, then you can check out the playlist on the screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.